Hi, my name is Rachelle Smith, Master Fitness Trainer, Professional Speaker, and Author. Here at home in Louisiana with my dad, Mr. Oscar Smith Jr. Thanks again, Dad, for sharing your insights here on Fitness Friday. And so, Dad, obviously, you're retired now. My dad will be 71 years old in less than 2 weeks. And so, early happy birthday, Dad. But good to find out, obviously, many, many years you spent in fitness, sports, and recreation, had a great passion for it that, as you alluded to in a prior episode, started as a major at Mississippi State University, majored in physical education, and his work-study position was he was working at the gym, the Mississippi State University gym. And so you have spent a lot of time in gyms, managing gyms, leading gyms, multiple gyms simultaneously, both the United States and abroad. And wanted to find out, for those folks, perhaps, again, I have various people watching this Fitness Friday. So for those in leadership positions at gyms, if you were to think of some wisdom and insight that you want to share based on all of your years, experience, successful experience in those leadership roles, what advice and wisdom would you share with those folks?
Well, for number one, you want to have a well-rounded program in your facility. I mean, well-rounded, I'm talking about you want to have weightlifting, you want to have aerobics, you want to have different programs that help one become fit and stay fit. All right? Make sure that you purchase the right type of equipment that will align itself with your particular values. Fitness is something that you really don't appreciate a lot of times until you are a certain age when you're not fit. Okay? And so therefore, I've worked in gyms where we had, again, aerobics, we'd have weightlifting, we'd have a basketball, we'd have volleyball, different things that would help keep the program participants fit, in good shape, and it's just a matter of programming to do that. A lot of gyms and fitness places, they can roll out the basketball, roll out this, and it's really not benefiting the program participants. But just make sure that you have a program that's well-rounded and to benefit the individuals that are using your facility to stay in shape, to participate to the max, and a lot of times they end up doing things that they don't realize that they are, and it keeps them fit.
And specifically regarding hiring, obviously you've hired a number of people over the years, various roles in various facilities. So when you think about those people who really succeeded in working at your fitness facilities in the past, was there one or two attributes that you would say is important when hiring someone for these fitness facilities?
Well, first of all, they have to love working in a facility, and an individual who has a passion for working in gyms. You don't want to just get anybody and stick them in there, because again, you're defeating the purpose. So you hire individuals who has either a degree in that respective area, or individuals that has a passion for the respective area, and therefore your particular program will just blossom. And the reason it don't blossom is because you have people that care about the individuals that comes into your particular facility. But again, the key thing is to develop programs that will enhance fitness, that will enhance individuals who tend to work out, play basketball, play sports, and I think in the long run you'll end up in a situation where your particular facility will be overrun with people, because again, he has a quality program, and I want to be a part of that.
And one final question, and this is something you've heard me allude to a few Fridays, probably 3 or 4 different Fitness Fridays, and specifically regarding military gyms, which I consider to be the cream of the crop, because again, you think about from a liability standpoint, they're not worried about lawsuits. You know, if I were to go into the gym here on base at Barksdale Air Force Base, I'm not asked to sign a liability waiver. Okay, there's obviously no membership. Again, it's all subsidized by the government. And I would say that part of the reasons why those gyms are so strong and why they don't have problems is because the motive is right. You know, their motive is there to serve our military, their families and dependents, and retirees and civil services on military installations across the country and around the world. But again, just the motive is right. The motive is right. But specifically, again, think from a liability standpoint, why military gyms don't have these issues that a lot of, particularly the commercial gyms, face in that regard. And so what would you say? I mean, everything from the layout in military gyms, it's very meticulous. So, you know, anytime the government is creating policies and procedures, they're going to be on the top of their game. And so they don't have these liability issues and all of that. And so, again, as one who's also managed and led military gyms, I mean, what were your thoughts looking back on that? And how they'd be able to help others?
Well, in the military, the soldier or the airman or the Navy personnel has to be physical fit. You know, there are certain standards that are required for them to adhere to, and therefore, when again with the military, you have top of the line equipment, you have good instructors, and you have programs designed where the soldier, the airman, or the Navy personnel will stay fit. And once they adhere to those particular standards, then what you'll have is a top of the line fighting machine, so to speak. You'll have an individual who look forward to exercise and look forward to participating in those respective programs, and therefore, since you have all the available equipment, top of the line equipment, so you might as well use it. And once they use it, then they fall in love with those respective things.
Mm-hmm. That's well said. And I think that's, like he said, just again, going back to that motive. Motive is physical fitness for those folks who are accessing the facility. So as he's alluded to, there's the passion piece and having right motives. And particularly those of you who own private gyms, perhaps you even own a commercial franchise, recognize, as he stated, you're passionate. You know, hire passionate people, but you need to be passionate as a leader, because those facilities that are successful are those with passionate leaders that are operating with the right motives, but also hiring people with right motives, hiring trainers who really care about people and wanting to make a difference. Like he said, people who major, again, have an exercise related degree, again, folks who had the passion in order to major in it and want to help people, you know, moving forward. So Dad, wonderful insight, and I should probably also mention, my dad is actually a Navy veteran. Okay, he graduated from Mississippi State University and then enrolled in Officer Candidate School for the U.S. Navy. So he was a naval officer, so he is a veteran. So he comes in, you know, he has the insight as a former Navy personnel member, Navy military member, but also as one who has managed military facilities subsequently. So, Dad, thank you so much for your time and insight. You're always a wealth of knowledge regarding whatever the topic is. And I know other folks will certainly enjoy hearing your insights to help to empower them to become better fitness facility leaders. So I thank you again for your time, and I thank you so much for your time. Make it a wonderfully fit day.